What up, YouTube? You already know. Big Lou tapping back in the Latin assassin himself. With what it do with Big Lou NFZR2, baby. So as you can tell from that thumbnail, for those who know who that is and those who don't know who that is, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know who that is. So that is Congressman Representative Mike Johnson, Republican of Louisiana, who is the current Speaker of the House. He's been recently nicknamed in the last few months MaGa Mike Johnson. Now, this is something that this is dating back to the night of State of the Union address by President Joe Biden, and I'm behind on on content, but nonetheless, I still am, like I announced in the 2 Trump videos, that I'm not going to stay quiet no more, and I'm gonna start putting things out there on the political spectrum, and it is what it is. I know that a lot of people are not gonna agree with me of my point of view and what I'm going to present as facts, and that's fine. But what I won't tolerate is people coming in the comment section disrespecting, you know what I'm saying, just because of my point of view or what I believe, right? And what I mean by that is, if you're gonna come here running your mouth, talking shit, I'm gonna come right back. That's what I mean. Blocking, I'm not with all that, right? But you know, we have to honestly agree. I mean, we should be able to agree to disagree and debate about it, talk about it, however you want to put it, without going there. And then it seems funny that every time you confront somebody that's MAGA or for Trump, right away it's you're a liberal. You know what I'm saying? Uh, which I'm not a Democrat, right? I'm more independent. I'm like kind of in the middle on a lot of things, a little bit more to the left on some things, but more centrist, on a lot of things. So, anyways, and then when you hit them with facts, it's like they don't even have no facts. It's funny. It's just everything is being spewed. It's all lies, nothing but lies, and that's why people got to look into things for themselves. But anyways, this video is going to be about the State of the Union address by President Joe Biden, his last State of the Union address for this term. It could be his last State of the address, period, if he don't get reelected. Excuse me, if he don't get reelected. If he does get reelected, either way, it's the last address, State of the Union for this term, right? This was his 4th and final one for this term. Every year, if you guys are not aware, every year the president, whoever it is, or whatever party, goes into the House of Congress chamber, and all the senators come, the Supreme Court justices come, the joint of staff come, which are the generals. Like I said, all the Congress people are there, from every district that's voted in. And sitting behind the president will be his or her vice president, right? On the left if you're looking at the president, to the left will be the vice president, and to the right will be the Speaker of the House, which is actually the third rank person in the third rank, actually, the chain of command. So if God forbid something ever happens to the president and the vice president, the Speaker of the House becomes the president. So it's a very important position, being Speaker of the House. Not only that, not only it being the third rank position, even over cabinet members, right? Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State. If something happened to the president and vice president, but that majority leader, the Speaker of the House, the majority leader, runs the floor. In other words, if bills get brought up, it's up to that Speaker of the House if they want to put it on the floor or not. Also, Mike Johnson is unlike Nancy Pelosi, and I know a lot of people don't like Nancy Pelosi, but she sure proved to be a powerhouse in the Congress. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And they have certain things that they've got to, they've capitalized on over the years for being in, in a position of power for so long. I'm not. That's what I'm saying when I say I'm not a Democrat. I believe. Well, we'll get into all that later. But unlike Nancy Pelosi, this dodo bird, MAGA Mike Johnson, is such a dodo bird that he's willing to put something on the floor without even knowing if he has the votes, right? And then you got insane imbeciles like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who comes and says, "Oh, they played a game tonight. They hid one of their members, and then the member just popped out of nowhere, and we didn't have no idea." Come on, man. Everybody knows how many Democrats are elected to Congress. Everybody knows in there how many Republicans. And you better know if you're the Speaker of the House. You better know if you got the votes. This is something that Nancy Pelosi's mastered, right? I'm pretty sure Paul Ryan was pretty good at it. I can't think of the guy's name. Jim Bayer. What was his name? Jim Bayer. I forgot his name, but he was during Obama. Um, you know, I guarantee you when the Democrats take over this next election that Hakeem Jeffries will be outstanding at it, right? The Senate, Mitch McConnell, same thing. Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell is very, very well skilled at that. That's about all he's skilled at. That and blocking nominees and pushing forward nominees for the Supreme Court. That's pretty much the only thing he's ever done. He's not really attached to no legislation, nothing. Just like Ted Cruz. Been there 12 years and ain't did a damn thing. Nothing for Texans, period. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into all that because he's one of my ones that I'm going to make a video about, as well as Mitch McConnell, as well as Lindsey Graham, as well as the next video is going to be about Katie Britt, the junior senator of Alabama, because it goes with this night right here. It's coincidal with this same night of the State of the Union. So, the president goes in there, and I could be wrong about this, but I believe this started when Obama was president, when one of the congressmen members of the GOP yelled out, I think he yelled out, "Liar." I think it was "liar." He yelled out real loud. I think that's ultimate disrespect, period. I mean, this is, the president of the United States, you know what I mean? In a house of the people's house, you know what I'm saying? Elected officials doing their, in the act of their duty, their due diligence, and, working for the people. Therefore, I don't believe that, your personal opinion on things should be thrown into the mix like that. Same thing what they were doing with Biden last time and this time. When he was talking about the conservative bill for the border and all that, and they started haggling them. "Oh, you don't like that bill, huh?" You know what I mean? He went ahead and let it roll off him. But, my point to this is about, and there was some more news that came out today regarding some pushback on a bill to keep the government funded, which is ridiculous, right? I mean, and I'm going to get into that in another video, so I don't want to speak about it too much here. But MAGA Mike Johnson's, as the Speaker of the House, he's the one it's been pointed against. So, anyways, the president's speaking about things that he's had passed, things that he wants to pass, still wants to pass, and things that he's talking to the members of Congress and the Senate on both sides of the aisle to work together. You know what I'm saying? This narrative keeps being pushed that he's divisive. He wants to divide us more. No, you got that wrong. It's that other idiot over there, right, Mister? I'm rich. I am really rich. No, I'm rich. That dude, the liar, everything's a lie out of his mouth. That's the dude that's divisive. He's even divisive in his own fucking party. Come on, people. He says he don't want Nikki Haley voters. You know what I mean? He's really he's not smart at all. He's really a freaking idiot. He's not smart. He don't know the best words. Everything about him's perfect. Come on, man. Nobody's perfect. Everything about him's perfect, though. You know what I mean? I can't, never mind. I'll get into that in another video. But so the president is talking about, doing things for, he wants to put a program in for kids for school, and then also in this summer program, reading programs, so that kids learn how to read by the age of by third grade, they read well at a great level. This jackass don't even clap for it, let alone stand up for it, right? A lot of these things have been passed, and I want to be clear when I say this. President Biden has passed and done historical shit in 3 years. And I know a lot of people are going to say, no, he hasn't. Bullshit. Because I'm going to make videos about what he's done, right? I mean, I can name a whole bunch of shit he's done already that's benefited American people, right? Now, no damn fucking president is perfect, because nobody's perfect except for one guy. My bad. Well, he thinks he's perfect, like I just talked about. But when you got, both parties, you're going to have, like I was saying earlier, you're going to have people that are centrists in the middle, moderates, right? More to the left, progressives, all the way to the left. You're going to have people that are moderate Republicans, conservative Republicans, fully to the right Republicans, right? And so they're not going to agree with everything, man. It's ridiculous. So there's some things, and President Biden is old school. He's an old man, right? So he's not going to be all the way up to par, not only up to par, but full, willing to go full left. You know what I'm saying? It's just not him. I mean, come on. It's just not him, and eventually, eventually things will get there. Maybe, putting term limits. I believe that needs to be done. Not where one member's been there for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that should continue. Plus, the way it is now, it's not going to keep continuing. Once Dick Durbin and Patrick Leahy's out of there, and Chuck Grassley and Orrin Hatch is already gone, right? Yeah. Who else is over there? Old from the Republicans. Well, Mitch McConnell. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, once they're out, I don't think it's going to be like that no more. To be honest, the Senate's looking a lot younger. Congress is looking a lot younger. But anyways, back to this video. So Mike Johnson didn't clap for better reading for kids, Americans. Now, this is Americans, for Americans. This ain't just for Democratic families that register as Democrat voters. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking stupid as fuck. It's ridiculous, right? The research to end cancer. He didn't fucking clap for that. So what? Is cancer biased? Cancer only attacks Democrats? It only kills Democrats? Come on, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Lowering prescription drugs. The 10 most popular prescription drugs with Big Pharma. Lowering the fucking cost on the 10 most popular drugs that Americans need. That's not a good idea. This guy don't fucking clap for none of that shit, right? 46,000 projects announced recently for the infrastructure bill. The motherfucker barely fucking clapped for that. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time that I haven't even mentioned yet, what really fucking irked me about this fucking chump is that he's rolling his eyes back there like a fucking woman would do, right? Like a woman that fucking likes to start shit with people. And I'm not just meaning when I say that. Let me explain so everybody knows what I mean. I'm talking about even a man that fucking does that shit, right? That likes to start shit, go over there, tell this one, oh, this one said that, this one said that one said that. Likes to cause chaos within people, right? And that's what I meant by that. So I wanted to clear that. because when I say a woman, I don't want people thinking that I got something against women. I think women are smart people, right? They're and they're entitled. They're now, I don't know if that's the right word to use, entitled, but I believe that they're just as qualified as any other person if they got the schooling and education needed for certain positions. As well as I think no matter what somebody's skin color is, does that take from them being qualified for anything? I heard some dumbass idiot Charlie Kirk say the other day that if he goes to get on a plane and he sees a black pilot, that he's got to start wondering if he's qualified because of DEI and affirmative action and shit like that. That shit sounds so fucking stupid that these people that think like that and speak this just straight caca is ridiculous that they even have the nerve to even speak like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, did you fucking forget that the I can't pronounce it right, so go ahead and laugh. I'll laugh. The Tuskegee Airmen, these dudes were badass motherfuckers, right? World War II fighter pilots. I did a video on them already on this channel. These guys were fucking requested at a high level, and people didn't even know they were brothers, that they were blacks, right? And they went in there and took care of business, and they handled their business for the other, planes that they were, keeping, that they were guarding, manning, their, what's the right word I'm looking for? Like, they had their back, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would, have the back of other bombers, while they went to go do whatever they're going to do. Or planes that were coming in to pick up injured soldiers, stuff like that, or dropping medical supplies, food supply, whatever. You know what I mean? It just sounds ridiculous the way these people, say this shit, man. There's a ton of people of color, blacks, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans. I said Asians, but Oriental Asians, and also Asian, Indians, Pakistanis, Indians, Hindus, Punjabis, even some Muslims. There, a lot of Muslims are qualified. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous the shit these people say. And you know, that also the president capped insulin for seniors at $35 a month compared to where they were getting charged whatever they're getting before. I mean, you're speaking of something that hits me personally, right? My mother is diabetic. My grandma was diabetic. My brother's diabetic. Actually, I think both my brothers are diabetic. Anyways, but I know for sure my oldest brother's diabetic. You know what I mean? Are you telling me that only Democrats are diabetics? So it's ridiculous when these people say we're the party of families, and and bop bop bop. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It ain't about families. They don't give a rat's ass about families. Period. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a conservative, Bible thumping, Christian, right? It's just I just don't understand. I just don't see how these people keep talking about, and when I mean these people, I'm talking about people of like host podcasts and and people that are out there, in the political scene, questioning this and questioning that and questioning, about transgender and homosexuality and, you know what I mean? Things like that. And also a woman being independent and, saying that they don't need a man and whatever. And they come off so righteous, man, they come off so righteous and they're talking about how these people are beta males and they're alpha males, but all they do is bitch and complain. Bitch and complain about, oh, this ain't fair and that ain't fair. And I never seen an alpha male fucking complain and bitch. I never have. You know what I'm saying? They roll with the punches to keep their mouth shut, and what don't kill them makes them only stronger. But these motherfuckers is whine, 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 whine. Poor me. Fucking motherfucker grew up a millionaire. He wants to act like he's a self-made guy. That's why he don't like guys like Michael Bloomberg and Mark Cuban, guys who actually are self-made billionaires. he took a fucking supposedly $1 million loan from his dad, but his dad was worth hundreds of millions already, and then just bankrupt, ran everything in the dirt, just like he ran the country in the dirt, right? And I'm gonna leave it right there or that about that, because I'm gonna make more videos about that with coming with facts, though. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short here, but this is about MaGa Mike Johnson, right? And now today, Marjorie Taylor Greene came out talking about, she put in basically she said it's a warning and a pink slip to MaGa Mike, because they passed supposedly Chuck Schumer bill to keep the government going. And that's another dumb fucking thing. They have no problem, and this ain't the first time, having a government shutdown where people are working that depend on their fucking paycheck, that work for the government, that have been civil servants for all their life, whatever it is, whatever department of the government they're working. And like nothing, they're willing to just say, "Oh well, we're just not going to fund it. We're not going to pass nothing." What I mean, are these people, these people are straight dodo birds? What, does everybody that works for the government that are civil servant, they're all Democrats? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And then get the bill, complain about not doing something about the border, and not going to do nothing about the border. I mean, excuse me, not doing nothing about the border, and then say that, well, we're not going to pass nothing for Israel and Gaza issue and Ukraine issue and Taiwan issue and humanitarian stuff without first securing and doing something about the border. And then they get a border bill and then they flip it around again. But now, because Trump says shut it down, then this guy, MaGa Mike, shuts it down after it was spearheaded by a conservative Senator James Langford, and the same lady that did the rebuttal, junior senator of Alabama, Katie Britt, also worked on that bill. You know what I'm saying? With Senator Murphy of Connecticut, and I believe Secretary of Homeland Security Mayorkas was involved in that too. And they came out with a bill that's never been talked about or heard about, actually put on paper as a bill, right? Conservative as heck. Nothing about immigration, like a road to immigration. I mean, excuse me, a road to citizenship or immigration stuff. It was all about putting more border patrol, more border patrol, more ICE agents, more asylum judges, so that they can get rid of the backlog of people seeking asylum that's came here. Also more detection devices for fentanyl and other dope getting across. And now those machines, those devices they're just sitting somewhere collecting dust. So you had somebody say, well, that's, it's not perfect. Of course it's not perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect, but it's going to damn well help. And not only did Senator Langford say that originally, and he even said, and he didn't say who it was, but we pretty much know who it was, that he was threatened by somebody on TV, that if he tried to keep pushing that bill, that person, that TV person, that TV character said that he would, or he or she would do all in their power to destroy his career. And we know who that is, right? That's Hannity. Or it could be Laura Ingraham, or it could be Bill O'Reilly, but I'm pretty sure it's Hannity, right? And then at the State of the Union, when President Biden is talking about it, he's muttering it, or not muttering, but whispering it. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? So even the Border Patrol chief was saying that the bill would help out so much, but then he did his little bullshit move when Trump came down. He decided to go post up with Trump, right, for his little 10 seconds of fame, right? So it's unfortunate that this is what's going on with, they can't, the 118th Congress can't pass diddly squat, nothing. And one of their own members, Chip Roy, said, can you guys give me one thing that I can go back home and run on and say that we got done? Just give me one. And he can't, because they ain't did shit. But they got all these impeachment inquiries and all these freaking uh, uh, committee hearings, right? They've been going on for 15 months now, and they ain't found nothing on Biden. You think they can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time? No. And not only that, Jim Comer, the freaking the chairman, he trips over his own freaking words as it is, and he ain't even chewing bubblegum. You know what I mean? It's a freaking clown show on the Republican side in the Congress. That's what it definitely is. And with that being said, Big Lou is gonna tap on out, and I want to hear from you guys on your comments. Um, but be fair warned, if you come with disrespect, bull crap, I'm gonna give it back to you. You know what I mean? Pa que tú lo sepa. That means just so you know. All right, Big Lou, tapping out.